Good morning. It's 4:30 in the morning. I woke up about half an hour ago. This weekend is a solo adventure, so I'm going to be going to Crater Lake. So I haven't done a solo road trip and weekend in a while, so I'm pretty excited. Let's see how this goes. All right. Backpack's ready. Let's go. So I've been on the road for like 4 hours now. It's been fine. A lot of it went through normal stuff for a while, but then I started going through the mountains and it's really pretty. Now I'm actually in Crater Lake. It's super quiet, much more quiet than I thought it would be when I got here. But yeah, it's pretty beautiful so far. I'm excited to see the lake. Just stopped to see this pretty mountain. I don't know which one it is, but I like it. Right now there's a heat wave across the west, so I'm still surprised there's a lot of snow here. It's like 65 degrees and it's supposed to be quite warm today. So it's cool that I get to see some snow, but I'm pretty glad that like most of it has melted off so I can do some big hikes. So this is the first viewpoint I saw and it's already incredible. I mean, that's Wizard Island and it's just the calmest, stillest water in the world. It's so cool, so pretty. On freaking real. You can't even see how blue it is in this video. Crazy. It's just so still. Like, I don't get it. It's so pretty. So that's Watchman Overlook. It's a cool hike you can do when there's no snow because it was closed when I got there. But then I look up and I see this guy just straight up snowboarding down. So apparently it's not that closed. Part of what makes Crater Lake so unique is that it was created through a volcanic explosion. So that's why you see these like super steep walls just going straight into the lake, because that's how it was formed. So I stopped at a bunch of viewpoints and they were all very beautiful. All still the same lake, but super pretty. Yeah, I stopped at a lot of viewpoints. They're all very pretty. Now I went to Rim Village, did my things, saw some pretty other views. Now I'm doing Garfield Peak, I think it's called, trail. It's gotten a lot quieter. There's tons of visitors near the visitor center and like Rim Village and all that stuff, but not as many people hiking right now, which will hopefully be pretty nice. Look at how much snow used to be here. Look how piled up that is. That's how much snow is here. Crazy. Maybe walked like a quarter mile, half a mile. Already completely different view. Super pretty. I love the way the mountains reflect off the water. It's super cool. I'm just walking along, you know, of course paved trails, one of the main ones. If you look closely up there, there's a lake, you can see the trail cut into the mountainside. Looks like pretty, not too hard incline, but it looks kind of long. We'll see. I haven't been hiking that long. Like I said, it's like over 70 degrees. There's still snow. Likely because it's shaded, but it's still here, even though it's been warm for the past few days. Just be careful. So now I'm hiking to Discovery Point from like the Rim Visitor Center area. Oops. It's supposed to be like a mile, so not bad at all. We'll see what the angle looks like. I feel like I've seen that side of the lake already, but who knows, it could be cool. And then on the way back, I could see Garfield Peak, which I had hiked earlier, which is pretty cool. I enjoyed a few last looks at the lake before heading to Mazama Campground to make camp for the night. So I camped at Mazama Campground, which is the main campground right outside the little visitor center. It's usually unbookable in June, but there's a glitch in their system that let me book it a couple days in advance, which was pretty cool. I got to the convenience store, the general store, and wanted to get some wood, and they're like, oh, we're sold out, and it'll be a few hours or a couple hours till it gets here. And I was like, well, I have to make dinner. What do I do? So I just kind of hung out, read a little bit, went back to the store, got the wood finally, and was able to start making a fire. But at that point, I was pretty hungry. I was like, can I just eat? Oh my goodness. This is just me cutting my firewood. It's honestly such a big stress reliever. I really enjoy cutting my firewood. I also had no idea how to cut firewood or how to build a fire like a year ago, so just seeing this is like, oh, look at my growth, my personal journey. I love it. Look, anyone could learn these skills because I did not know what I was doing just a few months ago. Now I get to show off my fire building skills. I mean, I only know how to do the teepee. I know you can make a square out of it. I don't know how to do that yet. But all I need to do is start a fire so I can cook dinner. So I did what I had to. I was feeling real ambitious with my meals, so I brought salmon and just like lemon and garlic, salt and pepper and coconut oil. And I was like, I'm gonna make me some salmon for dinner. I'm gonna be bougie. That's what it looks like. I wrapped it up real tight in foil, and then I got my fire started. And then while the salmon was cooking, I started roasting marshmallows and making s'mores because I love s'mores and couldn't wait. After like 30 minutes-ish, I just kind of timed it. I pulled off the salmon and made sure it was cooked all the way through, and it was. And I will say, for my first time cooking anything that's not hot dogs over a fire, it came out pretty good. It was pretty hot, but like, I was pretty impressed with myself. After dinner, I went to go watch the sunset over the lake. I thought this would look a lot cooler, but like, it's alright. I mean, it wasn't the greatest sunset I've seen, but it's still really pretty. But then I went to my car, and like, that's where the pretty sunset was. Everybody watches the sunset over the lake, but I think this view is way better. But after that, I just went to camp, fell asleep so that I could catch sunrise in the morning. It's like maybe just before 5 a.m. here. Got here in time for sunrise. It's supposed to rise at 5:30. So I'm gonna make some coffee and just sit down and relax and watch it. I'm the only one out here, so it's pretty nice because it was super crowded yesterday at sunset. And I think I really like sunrise better. Just had to put a bunch of bug spray on because there are so many freaking mosquitoes out right now. Waiting for the sun to rise, I whipped out my handy dandy pocket stove and started heating up some water. Made some instant coffee so I could have something warm to drink. And now this is the time lapse that came out super cool. The sunrise was just absolutely beautiful over the lake. I liked it way more than sunset, and it's also not nearly as busy, so I highly recommend waking up early to catch it. I didn't really come to Critter Lake with any expectations. I knew it'd be really pretty, but that's about it. So it definitely like lived up to the hype or even exceeded my expectations when I got there. If you're gonna go, I highly recommend camping at Mazama or somewhere else nearby. just so you can watch sunrise, because I think that was probably the most beautiful part of the trip. I mean, Crater Lake is mostly a lot of viewpoints with some small hikes, and it's the same lake, so you'll just see it from a bunch of different angles. So if you're just trying to see the pretty places, get some nice pictures in, you really don't need more than a day here, if I'm being honest. Though spending extra time here, you get to check out those trails and see sunrise, see sunset, see what you like more. Overall, I think this park is pretty accessible. Like I said, it's a lot of viewpoints. There are hikes that you can do, and there's some for every ability level. But in terms of just seeing the pretty views, I think anyone can do that. I think everyone should do that. Crater Lake was unlike anything I'd ever seen, and I know my trip to Oregon wouldn't have been complete if I hadn't been able to see it. So I recommend it for everybody. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this helped give you a taste of what to expect when you visit Crater Lake. Don't forget to like it. If you want to keep up with my adventures, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks, y'all.